Our top story remains Donald Trump's order imposing a ban on the U.S. entry for citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries has sent shockwaves across the world. Political leaders and heads of industry have lashed out at the move. Take a look at how the order will affect life in the future.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
The worst nightmare for Muslims in America has come true. Donald Trump has signed an executive order which places severe restrictions on immigration and refugees entering the country. The order has created worldwide stir and could have serious consequences for the larger Asian community, including Indians in America.
We will reinforce old alliances and form new ones and unite the civilized world against radical Islamic terrorism, which we will eradicate completely from the face of the earth.
On the 7th day in Oval Office, Trump has signed an executive order with the following direct implications. The U.S. refugee admissions program is suspended for 120 days. Entry to Syrian refugees is suspended indefinitely. Syrian refugees earlier could be vetted for 15 months and then cleared. Syrian refugees' clearance subject to determination that refugee program doesn't compromise national security. The order places a 90-day ban on 7 Muslim-majority countries. The 90-day ban applies to Iran, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Libya, Somalia and Sudan. Valid visa holders and green card holders from the 7 listed countries not to be allowed to travel into US. Muslims who had serious fears about Trump's election rhetoric against immigrants, refugees and minorities now realize that the institutional checks and balances have not reined in Trump from translating rhetoric to action. They are now faced with an uncertain future as far as life in the US goes. With Smita Sharma, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, even as the order comes into effect, a number of citizens from the Middle East were stopped and prevented from boarding flights bound for the US. Several airlines have already begun enforcing the order, some even stopping students studying in American university from entering the US. Citizens who have been affected by the order have already spoken out.
أنا أهلي بالخارج مجرد أنا أريد فقط أزورهم لا أكثر ولا أقل. وذكرت هذا الشيء أثناء المقابلة، قلت لهم إنه فقط أنا أريد أشوف والدتي بصورة خاصة لأنه هي مريضة وعندي تقارير، حتى ما طلبوا التقارير من عندي، ما طلبوا. يعني رأسا أنا انتظرت 3 ساعات ونص، ما طولت 10 دقائق وطلعت.
وكيف متفائلة فيه إذا هلا حتى وقف طلب؟
أنا عندي ثقة بالله، دا أقول لك أنا عندي ثقة بالله، لابد ينفتح باب. ما دام أنا متفائلة وما دام ثقتي بالله كبيرة راح أشوف لأمي.
بدرگیرانێکی زۆر دەکەین لەبەرەوەی ئەمە لێرە 13 ساڵە حیمایەتی ئەمریکیان بکەی خاص کە دۆنالد ترامپ ئەو قرارەی دەرکردیە فی سەبیلی کە ئەمە ژیانەکەت هاشتە خەتەریات لەبەرەوان کەوانی ئێستا ئەو قرارەی دەرکەن کە ئیسلام نەستەوێن دەر هەموو کەسێک ئیسلام خۆ هەمووی خراپ نییە من کە خراپم لێرە خراپاتیان لەگە دەکەم مەقسەدم هەر شتێک بی.
In the middle of the widespread outcry, the US president has, though, defended his order.
Are you concerned about the reaction to that?
Was the government prepared to implement the immigration executive order that you issued yesterday?
Totally.
And is it a Muslim ban?
Totally. It's not a Muslim ban, but we were totally prepared. It's working out very nicely. You see it at the airports. You see it all over. It's working out very nicely. And we're going to have a very, very strict ban, and we're going to have extreme vetting, which we should have had in this country for many years.
In fact, apart from Iran, world leaders have weighed on Trump's executive order. Both France and Germany have spoken out, raising concerns about Trump's administration.
No wall. America is for
In fact, French President François Hollande had promised a firm response to Trump administration. He said that Trump's protectionist measures could destabilize economies, not just in Europe, but the economies of the main world countries. Luxembourg Foreign Minister Jean has also criticized the decision as well, said that the decision is bad for Europe because it's going to further strengthen the mistrust and hatred towards the West in the heart of the Muslim world. British Prime Minister Theresa May has refused to condemn Trump's anti-immigrant move. However, she has stated in no uncertain terms that Washington's immigration policy was not the UK's immigration policy. Turkish Prime Minister Binali Yildirim, however, offered implicit condemnation of Trump's move at a joint news conference, saying throwing up walls will not solve the world's refugee problems. Well, now moving on, apart from the political alienation it's triggered, the Trump's move has come under fire from several important figures. Google CEO Sundar Pichai has criticized Trump's controversial immigration order, saying it will create barriers to bringing great talent to the US.
Mr. Trump, do we have a word with you, sir?
Mr. President-elect,
زمانی نیست که بین ملت‌ها دیوار کشید. یادشون رفته است که سالیانی پیش دیوار برلین فرو ریخت.
In fact, the American Civil Liberty Union has filed a petition challenging Trump's order. Fresh protests have begun at JFK Airport in the US against the move. Protests have been taken out in Greece as well as other countries. We also have Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, who has condemned Donald Trump's move. Controversial move has come under heavy fire from key political and commercial figures. Iran has said that it will ban all US citizens from entering the country in response to Trump's order. Iranians and Iraqis planning to fly to the United States were prevented from boarding flights yesterday. Qatar Airways and Etihad Airways have said that they would enforce a new order. Spokesperson for Qatar Airways said it would only carry passengers to the US who had the correct documentation. Iran's foreign ministry has responded to the order in a statement, saying, and I quote, the US decision to restrict travel for Muslims to the US, even if for a temporary period of 3 months, is an obvious insult to the Islamic world and in particular to the great nation of Iran. Despite the claims of combating terrorism and keeping American people safe, it will be recorded in history as a big gift to extremists and their supporters. Iran's ban will remain in place until Trump's order is lifted as well.
Mr. Trump, do we have a word with you, sir?
Mr. President-elect,
Mr. President-elect, stand by your tweet.
Mr. President-elect.
Stand by your tweet.